need to show them that there's another world out there. So what we're doing is that we offer scholarships to underprivileged children.
Brilliant.
Absolutely. We have some really great talents among. They're the ones who've been scoring most of the goals for us when we play friendly matches.
I think it's great because, as you said, nowadays all our kids are on their iPads and their tablets.
Yes.
And it's very hard to get them active these days. One of the things that diasporans are always asking me is, Denta, what activities are there for children? Because in the UK, there's parks, there's so many things. And I have found one, JFC, Junior Football Camp, right here in the heart of Accra, at Airport West, where I'm able to take all my kids, not just the boys, but the girl, to a football camp right here. And it's fantastic because it trains kids as young as 5 years old to as old as 16. They also have basketball as well. So if your child doesn't want to play football, they can come here and play basketball as well. So I'm going to go and see Nii, who is the founder and CEO of JFC. Follow me. Nii?
Hey, you made it.
I made it. I told you I was going to come.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Honestly, I'm able to bring Ayitey, who's just 6.
Yeah.
I'm able to bring the oldest, who's 15. And for me, I just wanted to speak to you about why you decided to do this and how important it is as well for the community.
How have they been enjoying the sessions?
Nii, are you enjoying it? Yes, he is.
Yeah.
He is.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Sir?
All right, so should we go out?
Sure. Yeah. Let's just take a walk.
So, Nii, tell me a little bit about yourself and how you started JFC.
I'll give you the short version and then the long version, which is the sweeter version, of
Okay.
course. The short version is that JFC was born out of a passion to give back. I played football, albeit at the amateur level.
Okay.
I couldn't make it to the Abedipili levels because those were idols when we were growing up.
Yeah.
But then I was like, well, if I couldn't make it, why not give back? And that's essentially what inspired me to start JFC, which really is an after-school program for kids on weekends and midweek, just to give them an opportunity and an outlet. You know, these days the kids are all on their phones and on their computer, like they barely move. So this is an outlet for them to get out there, exercise, and get that adrenaline pumping, because we'll talk about the benefits of doing this later, but there are far-reaching benefits of doing this. So
I think it's great because, as you said, nowadays all our kids are on their iPads and their tablets.
Yes.
And it's very hard to get them active these days. And so I think it's a great idea that you've done this, and you're not just doing it once a week, it's 3 times a week if parents want it.
So we do this Saturday mornings and in the evenings as well. Evening 3 to 6, like this session here. Then we have a Sunday version as well in Presec, and then we have a midweek version as well.
That's fantastic.
Yes. Back in the day when we were growing up, you could just step out of the house. Sometimes your mom or your dad don't even know where you are, and then you just go and play. It's around 5 or 6 p.m. then you get back. These days, because of security reasons and other things, we need to have controlled environment like this where we can impact to the kids. So essentially, that's one of the reasons.
And how are you able to get your parents? Because I see there's a lot of diasporan families here, and also the local Ghanaians as well. How are you able to get people to come? Is it word of mouth?
Word of mouth, really. Once everybody sees that you're onto a good thing, the word gets out. and we've had a flood of people joining us. So much that we can't contain the membership anymore. We need new grounds as well.
Amazing.
So that's why we are expanding. I think you've heard about us going now to East Legon.
And
adding a few more branches. In fact, today we opened one in Sakumono as well.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
How important is it to build a community like this for young people?
Very, very important. Beyond the physical part, which is getting in some exercise and being physically fit, a lot of people don't realize that playing football is not just about the fitness bit. There's the mental development, there's the cognitive development, there's also the social development. Now, a lot of parents bring their kids here, and when we do the orientation, we ask them, what are you looking out for? What's your objective for bringing your kid here? A few of them, I'll say about 20 to 30%, these days football, everybody wants their kid to go into football, become the next Ronaldo or Messi out there.
It wasn't like that before.
No. They will call you Kubolo.
Yeah.
So, but these days, they're rather pushing them in. When we do ask them what their objectives are, it's about threefold. Come in to get some exercise, make friends, which is the social development, because some people, and we've had testimonies, I'm sure we'll get another opportunity when you speak to the parents and they tell you that I've seen a marked improvement in my kids' social skills. So there's that bit as well. I'm sure you know about the 10,000 hour rule for successful people. For athletes like Usain Bolt, you see that it's just about how many seconds is when they get all their glory, but it's actually a build-up of years of training. And it's not only the physical training, it's here, because what we do, apart from adding the social development, is that we let you realize that you need discipline. We imbibe in you values, discipline, perseverance, patience, teamwork, work ethic. Those are the silent, soft skills that we impact to the kids. So it's not all about just running after one football and scoring a goal. It's way, way, way more than that.
One of your coaches is very strong.
He's very passionate. He's always pushing them. And the parents come to me like, today my kid was like, Charlie, I couldn't, man. I really had a tough drill today. But it's good for them. Beyond the physicals as well, they get the opportunity to be captain of the day, which means that we are building their leadership skills. Because at the end of the day, we are creating leaders. That's the aim. Because the real truth is that less than 5% of the funnel, those who try to make it out as pro footballers, actually make it. I think the statistics is even lower than that. But at the end of the day, if you leave here with the values that we've imbibed in you, you become a better leader for your community and even Ghana as well. Look at all the powerful nations in the world. All of them are great at sports. People don't realize the linkages between sports and economic development. Because when you build and imbibe these values, it stays with them. They value reward because they know that when you input X, you get Y. So it's very much linked. We as a nation actually need to rethink how we look at sports, even from the national level. There used to be a time where there was intercore. I don't know if you know about there was intercore and all of these games at the school level, but all of that have gone. Even coast football, that's where all the Stephen Appiers and all the other guys, Michaelasians, were discovered from. But beyond the hard football part, they don't make it, but they will become good leaders. And people don't realize as well, if they become good leaders, there's a rippling effect. It will have an effect on the sister, on the cousin, on the friend. So you are building communities. And that is why I'm saying, check out all the superpowers in the world. All of them are good at sport. They may not all not be good at football, but it could be athletics, it could be boxing, it could be something else, but they are good at sport because that's what sport does. Sport builds values in you. So that's what we need to do.
The 5% that you spoke about, how are you funneling them into being the next SCN? Football clubs that come and scout for them, are you looking for those opportunities? Because now there are a lot of schools in the US and UK who are trying to offer scholarship for children who are into football. So how are you doing that?
Great question. So what we're doing now is that we've carved 3 distinct pathways. We've carved the pro pathway for those who like eat, drink and sleep football and that's all they want to do. We have that pathway, and what we are doing is that we're a very young football school. We are now evolving and transitioning into an academy. So what we've done is that we are building partnerships and alliances with the ones who know the space and know how to get things done. Right to Dream, like Africa. We are speaking to them. We are building an alliance. In fact, a couple of them have been here to watch our boys as well, because they provide outlet and a channel for these kids to have the opportunity to be seen and scouted. So there's that. And then there's the educational pathway. Like I said, not everybody is going to be a Ronaldo or a Messi or even a Kudus. So then there's the educational pathway. There are, like you said, there are opportunities out there with scholarship for those who are doing both sports and doing well in education as well. So there's that as well, to get the necessary exposure. At the end of the day, it comes back to us. So there's that as well. And then there's leisure. Like we said, we just want them to get out there, get off the gadgets, and come and play sports and be healthy. Because it's also been proven that when you're healthier and physically fit, you're more productive.
It's true.
So they'll even do well at school. You may not see it immediately, but it's all connected.
Fantastic. No, because I know from my children, I have 4 different types of children. One who is not so sporty, but I want him to do sport to get the fitness. So that's why I bring him here.
Okay.
The other one is passionate about football, and I see him playing football. And Aria, she just wants to be around people and just do sport. So she's in there. And then the little one, he's just got so much energy that I just feel like he needs to be out there doing something.
Expend it somewhere.
And just unleash the energy outside whilst playing football. So how do people join? If there's also people that want to invest for you to expand, what does that look like?
Okay. It's very easy to join, but then it's also subject to availability of spaces. So what you do is just go online. We have an online link. You fill a form. Once we have spaces available, we reach out to you that you can either do Saturday morning, Saturday evening, depending on where you live. Like we were saying, we are expanding. We have branches in East Legon, Sakumono. So whichever one is close to you, then ideally we advise you to join that one. Basically make a payment. We operate in 3-month cycles. So we have like 4 cycles in a year.
Okay, 4 cycles in a year.
Basically following in the courts. We have a 1 or 2 week break in between. And yes, we also recognize that whilst we are doing this, and like he said, a lot of my kids, we call them Dadaba kids, we need to show them that there's another world out there. So what we're doing is that we offer scholarships to underprivileged children.
Brilliant.
Absolutely. We have some really great talents among them. They're the ones who've been scoring most of the goals for us when we play friendly matches. For us, we have a vision, we have our big brothers like Right to Dream and all, but we want to have social impact. Social impact, and we need the support from investors. We want to have our own field. This morning like this, we couldn't train because there was an event here. So we're looking to build our own facility.
Fantastic.
So there's that opportunity to also assist us. For investors, we are open to discussing the nature and the form of investment.
So do you coach as well, or are you just the main brain behind it?
I try to coach on match days.
Yes,
but typically on a day like this, I leave it to the coaches.
You leave to the coaches, okay. But you said you used to play.
Of course, I used to play.
So what position?
I was a midfielder.
Midfield?
Yeah.
I was a striker.
A mix between Asian and Pelu.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm a mix between Asamoah Gyan and Ronaldo.
We could try.
Yeah, let's come. Nice little workout.
Yeah, you know, broke some sweat.
Hey, you have some skills.
You know, I told you. I just grew up in a different generation. That's what it was.
Guys, I could definitely see you playing football. So I can see that there's basketball here as well.
Absolutely. So what we do is that we don't only offer basketball. When we started, there were some calls for basketball, swimming, tennis, and others. And we're like, we need to focus. So as we expanded and we reached a certain limit, we're like, we need to add basketball so that we can diversify. Some of the kids, sometimes the truth is that they come and then they realize, football is not for me. So then there's also this outlet for them to check out. And that's why we started the basketball sessions as well. And I have Kukua, who is in charge. Cooks!
Oh, hi, Cooks!
Hi! I'm very well. How about you?
I'm good, thank you. So tell us about the basketball section and how that started.
Well, my kids have been playing football for a while. And every time they'd finish, they would dash off onto the basketball court and other kids would join them. And so we realized that there were lots of kids who were interested in basketball as well. And there were some parents whose kids would come and watch and they didn't want to play football, but they wanted to play basketball. So we figured, okay, let's add on to that. And now we're trying to expand. We're trying to move into athletics, into swimming, into other sporting areas. And hopefully we'll start tennis soon.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So tell us, how is the interest for basketball though? I know you mentioned that, some of the kids, but is it as great as football, or is it a sport that's really picking up?
It's really picking up. I mean, we started in January and we have 40 kids already. Yeah, so it's really picking up quickly. The kids that love it, I mean, would come, they want to stay, they want to do morning, they want to do afternoon, and yeah, it's going well.
And how are the parents also supporting and perceiving basketball?
So I think parents who understand basketball and love basketball. Like I just had a conversation with a parent who stayed up till 5 a.m. to watch basketball.
Oh, wow.
And brought his daughter to come and play. So parents who love basketball really want their kids to be here. And I mean, for kids these days spend a lot of time on their tablets, and so having the chance to be outdoors, in the air, shooting hoops, getting exercising, it's amazing.
Okay, so you have a coach for the basketball for the kids?
Yes.
And what are the age groups that you do?
So we have 2 coaches for the basketball. We have kids from age 4 all the way to age 16, and then we group them in from age 4 to about 8, and then we have like the older kids coming in. But the oldest kids we have at the moment is 14.
14?
Yes, but yeah.
Okay, and the sessions, how do they run?
So it's 9 to 11 in the morning on Saturdays, and then 4 to 6 in the evening. So we have most of the younger kids coming in for the evening session.
Okay.
We group them into the various age groups, half courts, and then once their practicing time is over, we switch and have them play and then take breaks in between.
Okay. When I spoke to Nii, I mentioned about like getting scouts and stuff. Is that the similar thing that you're going to be doing with basketball?
We hope so, but we're still in early days,
Okay.
so we're trying to make sure the kids have the right skill sets before we start bringing scouts in.
Because there's NBA Africa now, so there is an opportunity in BAL, Basketball African League. So there's a big opportunity for Africans in Ghana to be able to get to that level as well.
Certainly. I know that they're having the first games in Ghana this June.
Yeah.
And so we'll hope to take some of the kids there to see and then draw some inspiration from that.
Fantastic.
And then hopefully next year, who knows, we'll have a team to join in.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Just as they do for football, I think basketball is something that we need to look at, because look at some of them, they've got the height.
They do.
They do have the
They
height,
do
right?
have the height, yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
And are the younger kids getting it? Because I know like my boy with lots of energy, are you able to kind of control?
So with the younger kids, we're teaching them how to do
bounce,
bounce and have ball control. But then we let them try having a shot at, making some baskets as well.
Okay.
Sometimes they get it, sometimes they don't, but we cheer them on all the same. Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So are you good? Have you tried? Have you trained?
I'm good. I used to play in school.
Okay.
So I have a few skills.
Okay. All right. So let's try it. Let's go and
Okay.
see. We're gonna try some hoops.
Okay.
Try and get some. Are you coach?
Yep.
Oh,
Other
coach.
coaches.
So
We have another coach.
okay.
Eric.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna try and do some shooting.
Okay.
I'm gonna see whether Cooks is really good at what she says she is. So, coach. Okay. So where should I stand for this?
Right shot here. Behind the 3-point line. Then jump shot. Okay.
Oh, cool.
I'm warming up. I'm warming up.
Hey. Hey. Woo, 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 woo.
Okay.
Hey. What's that, 3?
Yeah.
Charlie, my bro. I'm so tired, but it's good exercise and it's truly good for the kids. So if you do have a child who's living in Ghana, who you want to get off the tablet, who you want to build confidence and leadership skills, this is the place that you need to bring them. As I said, the details are on the screen. Make sure you join. And if you are an investor out there that's interested in bringing your kids here and investing as well, then again, contact Nii for more information.